KZN Premier Sihle Zikalala is leading the provincial leg of Freedom Day celebrations in Inanda. The township is the home of the ANC's first president, that's John Langalibalele Dube. The effect will reflect on the role played by Charlotte Maxeke and Dube. Zikalala will begin by laying wreaths at Dube's grave in Ohlange. Well, eNCA's Tuba Velane is in Inanda. Let's talk to him about what's happening there at the moment. Tuba, a very good morning to you. What's in store for this Freedom Day celebration?
Just behind me is the grave site of the founding president of the ANC, Dr. John Dube. We understand that this is a very significant area where we are, where the provincial government decided to start. A few minutes ago, the provincial Premier Sihle Zikalala laid the wreath at the gravesite here, and they also took a walk about at the museum, and they also went to the hall where the former president, the first president of the democratic South Africa, cast his vote exactly 27 years ago. I'm expecting the Premier to join me anytime soon. I understand that he's just finishing with other colleagues, but we understand that from here, there's going to be another event where the Premier, together with the executive, they are going to address the public on the importance of this day. We know that there are many things that have been achieved as the country as a whole and the province of KwaZulu-Natal, but there are still challenges that still facing many people. The Premier spoke about some of them a while ago. He mentioned the issue of economic development, unemployment, but we also have a serious challenge, as we know that the province is also affected by the fighting or the tension between the farm workers and the farm dwellers. Those are some of the issues that are being discussed here, and I was hoping that I will also get more from the Premier as he still wraps up with other colleagues outside.
And Tuba, I mean, the theme this year, freedom in the time of COVID as well. One has to wonder just how South Africans are feeling after spending the past year in a time that I suppose was a stark reminder of some of the darkest days in our country's history, what it was like to probably live in the times of apartheid. And I wonder how people are sort of comparing that and what their thoughts are this morning as we celebrate and amid those disappointments that you speak of as well.
Absolutely. If you look the current times from the last year, to be specific, where we saw the country went on lockdown, that has changed many people's lives, and it also has contributed to many people losing their jobs and also losing their relatives. Over the weekend, we saw the provincial Premier also addressing the media, giving the update on the latest in terms of COVID-19, where he also mentioned that though the numbers have seemed to have dropped significantly, but there are still concerns. He mentioned some districts such as King Cetshwayo, where in the past weeks we saw the numbers doubling up, which is a great concern. He also talked about how it looks like many people are disregarding the issues or the importance of always ensuring that they adhere to regulations such as wearing of the mask as well as sanitizing and washing of the hands. So those are the things that people that lived in those days, such as the founding president, would have spoken about, and hopefully they would have sent the message to the citizen on how people should look after them. I understand that the Premier is working to join us now. If maybe you can just have a minute with us. The Premier is just here to talk to us as well. Premier, this is a very significant day for the nation, but also for the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and you decided to come here at a very significant place.
Yes, we decided that we should come here. This is the very monumental site, not only for KwaZulu-Natal, but for our country as a whole. When we celebrate Freedom Day, we must remember those who started and led the struggle for liberation. And Ubaba Dube is a symbol of the struggle, is a symbol of also empowerment of the Africans in particular. And that's why when we are here, we are emphasizing that we should lead in terms of ensuring free education for all children of South Africa. But also we must continue to transform the ownership of the economy into the hands of Africans and blacks in general. We must do so through radical economic transformation in government, and even the private sector must embrace that. It is a call that is more relevant as we continue to see shedding of jobs, as we continue to see Africans in particular living in poverty. We must create the economy that absorbed all people. But lastly, we must address social ills that afflict inflict the social fiber of our country. We must ensure that we build harmony among people, fight gender-based violence, and deal with crime that is all over in our areas.
Premier, I hope that we're still going to have a time to talk to you. We're running out of time now. That was the Provincial Premier Sihle Zikalala wrapping up about the importance of this day.
All right, Tuba Vilane, thanks very much. We'll leave that there for now and let you get ready for what's going to happen at that celebration there in Inanda. That's where we find Tuba Vilane. Well,